Hey everybody, this is Technoli, and today we've got a build. One of my channel subscribers got a hold of me and wanted me to build him a Ryzen system, and I said no problem at all. And he wanted to use one of these cube cases, which I already had in stock. So this cute little thermal take case, and we're going to go with the MSI Gaming Plus AC B450 motherboard. Super nice board. And he does want the 3900X, 32 gigs of RAM, and we've got the 512 gigabytes of NVMe, and of course, a beautiful MSI Radeon 5700 XT. It's beautiful. Beautiful card. I'm going to show it to you here in a minute. So, like I said, I had this case, and it's got the USB ports on it here, the audio in and out. It's really nice case. It's got a real nice construction to it. Got glass on the top, which is kind of cool. And so we're gonna build it. We're gonna put it together. And if you guys want me to build you a system, you know, that's something that I've been doing lately. And let me know. I don't charge hardly any labor because what I do is I'll take that video, I'll make the video with your system so you can see it being built. So let me know if it's something that you're interested in me doing. We can build any kind of system you want. And it's good for the channel because it grows the channel, because I'm going to be showing the actual build being built. So let me know. Anyways, let's get started on this. Now what I want to do is, I always start with the motherboard. And, this is a cute board. This is a super nice little board. iTX, and it's got 2 memory slots. You've got all your SATAs here. We've got a little heatsink here for the chips. We've got our audio. We've got Wi-Fi, but unfortunately that is not supported on Hackintosh. But it is supported in Windows, so if we made a dual boot out of this, we could use it then. But he's primarily using this for Hackintosh, so what we're going to do is just put in a little USB drive in here, a little USB adapter for Wi-Fi. And you got your fans here, header fans and power connectors, you know, nice little board. 2 USB 2s. So anyways, let's see what else is in here. Got a nice little book. And okay, here's our I/O shield. Comes with a driver disc. Comes with the antennas for the Wi-Fi and SATA cables and a badge. All right, so anyhow, we're going to need this. I'm not going to need anything else out of there. So let's go ahead and put this motherboard on top of the box. All right, so what I always like to do, because on the back of this is where the NVMe plugs in. So I'm going to go ahead and mount that first. I'm going to get this out of here. I love these drives. They're always Sabrent. They're always a little cheaper, but I've seen a couple of speed tests on this brand, and this one always comes up in the top, you know, 3 or 4. So it's really a good brand and great performance. There are a couple of dollar cheaper NVMEs, like I think Pioneer just came out with one, but it's a little slower. So for $5 difference, we're going to keep with this brand. All right, let me get my... All right, so I'm gonna slit this to get it opened. Nice little metal box it comes in. Okay, there it is. Isn't that beautiful? All right. So let me get my screwdriver here. And we'll get this put in. So they come with a screw in the board or in the box. Forget which. And we just take this and slide it in here. And then this screw just kind of goes, just the screw head, and then you just screw it down in there. So it has a little bit of a standoff, if you can see that right there. So it keeps it in place. You don't have to go crazy tight with those. All right, so there we go. Now let's go ahead and put in the CPU. All right. So these are a little different than Intel. These actually have the pins on the back of the processor. You got to be super careful with this, guys. Because if you bend a pin, you're in trouble. So there it is. Ryzen 9. So we'll take this out of here. I'm not even touching the back. And we're going to set it in here. No pressure at all. Until it just finds its place in there. Okay? And then just lay your hand on there, put that little bar down. Don't forget your sticker. All right. Now, these come with thermal paste on them, but I'm going to put a little more on here, okay? So there's the fan. What a monster. Okay, so I'm going to put a little thermal paste on here. I like to put a little in the middle. And just a little dab on the corners. You don't need much. It's amazing. All right, now we've got a little lever right here on the side. And I like to put it on the outside of the board so I can get to it easy. So I go ahead and put this side on first. Just snap it on. And then take this side, line it up, put it down there. Got to put a little bit of pressure on it, not a whole lot. And then pull that lever up like that to put a little pressure on it, okay? And then right here is my CPU fan header. Now, while I've got it right here, easy to get to, I'm going to go ahead and put my RAM sticks in. And they only go one way, guys. You just line up the little notch. Okay, put it in there. And you want to hear that little snap. G-Skill. These are 3200s and works really nice in this board. Okay, there we go. Beautiful, isn't it? Amazing power in such a little package. Okay. All right, let's get the case ready. So this case is really cool. All these panels come off. I love it. You can even take this off. Look at that massive fan. Gotta like that. All right, and here's all of our header cables, which we'll be needing. This is nice. It's got 2 hard drive holders over here, which is very cool. Let me show you something. You can put a couple of full-size drives in there, you know, for extra storage. So that is super nice. You can get 2 drives in here. Boom, boom. Nice. And it's big enough inside of here, and with this big fan and everything, and you can even mount more fans on the back, that it's got plenty of air. Plenty of air. All right, and the bottom comes off too. So you can get to everything on this board, on this case. All right, let's go ahead and put in the I/O shield on the back. Okay, and all we want to do is just get it in there, and it'll snap into place. There we go. All right, now I can go ahead and mount my board. All right, and I just want to make sure that everything is coming out nicely right there, lined up. Beautiful. Okay, and the case comes with a bunch of screws, so these are little coarse thread screws. We'll just put them in there. One on each corner. All right. Top right here. All right, and down here. This case is already set up that you don't even have to put standoffs in there because it has these built-in standoffs ready to go. So really nice. I like Thermaltake stuff. All right, and one screw up here in the top left. Now, because it's so hard to get to, right here, guys, right here is the header for all your switches and your front lights and everything for your hard drive and power LED and everything. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and mount these while I got everything open. And on these headers, you've got your little power connectors here. And the power LED has a minus and a plus. And so the plus on this goes to the outside or to the front of the case. So we will get the plus and the minus and put them in place. So I always do the top one first because it's easier to get to. Right there. And then the plus is right here. The minus. And then the next one, which is furthest away from us, is the power switch. So right there is power. And then the one toward the outside of the case is reset. So we'll plug that in. All right, done. Now, we've got a fan header, and that's going to go, that's for the front CPU fan, or front case fan. It's going to go right here. Right there. What else do we have here? Okay, we've got a audio, HD audio header, which goes right here, guys. And you can't mess this up because it's notched. So you can't put it in backwards. And then USB 3.1, very simply, goes right this giant connector down here on the board. So now we got 3.1 USB on the front of the case right here. All right, looking good. Okay, now let's get the power supply put in. Okay guys, so now we've got this power supply. Big blue fan on it right there. And this is a 535 watt, which is plenty for what we're using. And it's called semi-modular, which means it has these cables, which you're always going to use, which is your motherboard, power, your PCIe for your graphics card, and your, of course, motherboard, 24 pin. And then if you need extra peripherals, you just plug them into here, and they come with, of course, extra cables. So for this build, we don't need a ton of cables. So that's why I go to a semi-modular, because we don't want a bunch of cables just laying around that aren't being used. So let's go ahead and mount this. And it has a grill on the bottom, so we're going to mount it like this. Okay, and we've got our screw holes right there. So let me get that started. Okay. So we got 4 screws to put in real quick. And one more. Okay. Now we want to try to keep our cables relatively clean. And so that's what's nice about this section right here. You can put all of your extra length cables in this little pouch area. So let's go ahead and pull these up through here and get them started. Try to keep our cables nice. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mount my 24 pin. That one goes on there like that. Alright, so I got that cable in. Now we also need our power for our motherboard, which is over here in the corner. I'm going to grab this wire, pull it over here. These two go together. Some boards only have a 4 pin, so you just use one. But this board has 8. Alright. I wish I had a better light. Okay, that can be a little fun to get to. So there we go. Now, we need a cable for our graphics. So let's get out the graphics card. Put that over the side. Ooh, she's a beauty. This is a real class act card. This thing is just beautiful. Look at this. Okay. So it comes with a thank you for choosing MSI. And what in the world is this? Well, that was nice. Oh, it's just your... It's just all of your manuals and everything. Very cute. I thought it was a certificate. Okay, look at this card, guys. This is gold. The gold. They should call it the gold edition. Isn't that pretty? Nice card. Very nice. All right, let's get this mounted. Okay guys, in order to get this thing in here, because this is a big card, you have to kind of go in like this. Go in kind of sideways. Get these little things here to clear. Okay, like that. And then, whew, it's a big card for a little case. And then get it in your slot. And there it is. Wow. That is a tight fit, but it does work. All right, so this has 2 power connectors on this big old graphics card. So we're going to need to plug this into the power supply, our modular power supply. So right here, we've got the extra PCIe. It's kind of nice that it's color-coded. It's red. And I'll just shove this up through here. And we'll get it plugged in to the 8-pin. Okay, right there. And then this one will plug into the 6-pin. All right, right there. Okay. We don't want to have any of these wires touching the fan right there. Okay, so we're looking pretty good here. Now what you're going to want to do is take some wire ties and clean it up. You know, best of your ability, just to keep wires out of the way so you don't have any of these wires touch the fans. Okay? Alright, so there we go. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now I've got my NVMe drive on here. I'm not going to put any externals on here for now. He doesn't want any, so he can add those later. And I'm going to include the SATA cables in here, and plus this extra cable, which will plug into his power supply to give him SATA connectors for his hard drives. Alright, so there we go. It's built. Now, what do you say we throw Windows on this thing real quick? Let's do it. Alright guys, so here we are. We're in the setup here, and we have to run setup and get in here and change some BIOS settings. So what we want to do is we want to go over here and just restore defaults. Okay, that is going to be the best thing in the best settings for running Windows. Now, if we want to do overclocking, this board has an overclocking section right here. And you can put it in expert mode. You can do all kinds of cool things. Advanced CPU configuration, game boost. Let's put on game boost, all right? And let's just see what happens. So here we are. Everything is just set up by default. I'm not going to change anything else right now, all right? So we will save and exit, but I have to have my, where is it? I've got my Windows 10 thumb drive plugged in. All right, so let's save, exit. Now I've got nothing on the NVMe. It's a brand new drive, so I don't have to worry about selecting my boot menu. I can just let it find the USB. Now this board does about 4 resets when you go into the BIOS and make changes, especially when you do game boost. So we'll click next and install. I'm just going to show you guys the complete process to installing Windows. Why not? I don't have a product key, so I'm going to skip that. I'm going to put home on it. And away we go here. Accept my terms and conditions. We always want to do custom. And here, if you've got, you know, old stuff on your hard drive, then you'll want to highlight it and then click delete. But this is a brand new drive, there's nothing on it, so we can just go next. And it'll copy over the files. And this thing is going to be quite fast. And I'm only pulling from a USB 2 flash drive. I should have a USB 3 drive for my Windows, but I don't right now. So as soon as this gets toward the end here, I'll come back and we'll continue with the Windows install. Now, if you guys don't know how to get the USB Windows thumb drive, I've got a video in the description that'll show you how to make the USB thumb drive, so you can you know, just download it from Microsoft's website and make your own USB boot. Much easier than Hackintosh. All right, so we're finishing up here. All right, we can go ahead and hit enter. Now go ahead and pull your thumb drive out. And we'll finish up with just what's on the hard drive. It says we're getting ready. Okay guys, we're doing another reboot. We don't have to do anything. Okay guys, here we are. And we're going to go ahead and just answer these questions real quick. This is if you have another like little numerical keyboard or something. I'm not going to connect to the internet right now because Microsoft will ask me to sign in with my Microsoft account, which I don't have and I don't want to get one. So continue with limited setup. And then we'll just name it. I'm going to name it Windows. Okay. And I don't want to put in a password. You can if you'd like. No, I don't want to activate a bunch of stuff. And no, I don't need you to help me with any of that. You guys can go through each one of these. This is where, you know, you're telling Microsoft what you're allowing them to see and what you're allowing them to advertise to you. So read each one of these. You may want to change some of them. I'm just, for this video, I'm just going to say accept. All right, so we've just got here to the final setup for Windows. And we'll just let it do its thing here. Well, folks, it says we're almost there. And we are. Okay, very cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug in my Ethernet cable, because I want to download some benchmarks. And when you plug it in, it's going to say, do you want to allow other PCs to see your computer? I'm going to say no, and let's finish setup. So it takes you back to this silly screen again, and I just say skip for now. All right, now I'm in my Windows finally. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and download Geekbench and Cinebench, because we do those same benchmarks on Hackintosh, and we are going to hack this computer, so we'll do the same benchmarks with this motherboard and processor in Hackintosh, but it'll be very interesting to see what the specs are on Windows. So as soon as I get those downloaded, I'll start the video back up. Okay, so let's go over here and install a couple programs that we just downloaded. Okay, so let's go ahead and run Crystal Diskmark, okay? This is going to check our speed of our hard drive, NVMe. See what we get here. Whoa. Wow. That's faster than the other computer we did the other day with the same processor. We didn't break 3,000 on the read for that Hackintosh. That's strange, isn't it? Well, look at that. 2254. Now the write speed on the Hackintosh was faster than that. That's interesting stuff. All right, let's go out of here and we're going to go to Cinebench. All right, let's run Cine on it. All right, let us run it. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay guys, coming down to the end here. This is pretty crazy, right? 7396. I think that's a little less than the Hackintosh was on the same processor. But not bad at all. That is, let's see, above a Threadripper, a 1950X 16-core Threadripper. So pretty nice, I would say. All right, let's move over to Geekbench. And we'll run this. Install it real quick. Let's run Geekbench. Okay guys, coming down to the end of it here. Let's see what we get. Wow, that's about the same scores as the Hackintosh. Let's see, those scores I had yesterday. On the Hackintosh, 1304 and 11178. So basically about the same, right? That's crazy. Let's see here. If we can compare it to processor chart. Yeah. Single score i9 9900KS is obviously faster than the 9900K. So we're about the same speed. Well, no. Be down here. Threadripper. So not a amazing single score, but on the multi-score, it is amazing. Here's an i9 7920. Here's a Xeon. So it's right there. There's a 3900X. So we're right in line. So there we go. So let me know what you guys think about this for a Windows machine. I think it's pretty amazing. I'm going to be doing this as a Hackintosh too, so stay tuned for that one. And we got a lot of other cool videos coming out. So guys, please subscribe and like this video if you did. And we'll see you on the next one.